Right, I'm going to do this video for, I think it's Bombs Kill People, I think that's his bloody username. This is the car, Thunder Tiger GT. Currently the engine's in pieces. Fuel tank mounting brackets are broken. The exhaust mounting bracket here, broken, and the spur gear, all the teeth have been ripped off, so I need to replace that. Electrically, I'm not sure, I haven't used this thing in probably about 5 months. It's probably last running about 6 months ago. Needs serious clean. Yuck. The engine's here in pieces. Got the block, liner, cylinder liner, it's the crankcase cover, the heads, the carb, that's part of the pull start. These here are bearings for the what do you call it? Clutch. Here's the piston, tiny little piston. And comparing that with a lawnmower piston, yeah, this doesn't have rings. It's just a box standard engine. You don't need to break this kind in. A more expensive engine, I can't remember what they're called. This is the box standard cheapy one. Then you get the more expensive ones which actually have piston rings on them, and they need breaking in. This one's just put the fuel in and go. The bearings in this engine are still perfect. I've only taken it apart. It needs a good clean. Fucking dog. I've just been washing it in petrol, and that's all the crap that came out of it. There's actually some little shims in there which I need to take out there for the clutch. Right, so I need to put this thing back together. I'm not going to bother doing it on video, it takes too long. Taking it apart, I can take it apart, the whole engine, in about 2 minutes. Whole engine completely stripped down to this. I can take the exhaust off as well, but I couldn't be bothered to do that today. I don't time myself, it's just so easy. You only need to get this engine to how it is now. I used that, just this, to take this engine down to how it is now. Oh no, and a pair of pliers to take the carb off, that was it. Just the Zoo Tools. So, yeah. This is the controller. That's dirty as well, but I'm not going to wash this in petrol. And I currently don't know where the battery cover is, and it needs a new aerial because it snapped. I tried driving it once, just the way it is. This does extend by one beam thing. I was standing about there. I just drove up there. Once it got onto the grass, I lost reception and it full throttled itself and went flying up the garden. That was interesting. So, put this thing back together. Once I've got a glow plug, I'll do a cold start of it. It hasn't been started for about 6 months. Was it 6 or was it 4? Or was it 5? I can't remember. Anyway, they're the clutch shoes. They're little plastic things, but they do work. They work for quite good. It's the clutch bell. No bearings in it at the moment. They're here. Still can't believe how small this piston is. Yeah, this is kind of the equivalent of a cast iron sleeve, this. I don't think it's iron, I think it's steel. I don't think it's aluminium. This engine's only got about 2 hours on it. It's been rebuilt like 6 times. I keep having problems with the head gasket going. Head gasket went a couple of hours after I got it. So I replaced it with just run out of gasket paper because the other one was a little metal aluminium gasket and it was leaking like fuck, so I changed it. Can't remember what else I've done to this thing. Not much. I need to fix the pull start because it's all come out where it snapped, and I fixed it once already, but the cord snapped again, so I just want to put the handle back on that and wind it up, so it's working alright. Still surprised about how many people who don't know how to fix pull starts. So easy. The carb has only got the one adjustment screw, that one, that adjusts the overall fuel input. You can see just through that hole, if I can get a decent angle, which you can just about see it there. There's like a little needle on this side, and on that side there, that's the actual input, and then as this throttles down, that needle it's on as like a little screw, and it moves in at the same time. So as you rev it, it lets that needle out until the needle's not in there at all. There's videos on YouTube on how to tune this thing. It's still got oil over it. I've already cleaned it once, so I'll do that again. I'll do a video of it once it's put back together and I've got a glow plug, because this engine got very dirty inside. It's been sitting around the workshop for a couple of months with no glow plug, and it got this shit in it. That's not from driving this is just because it's been sitting around not doing anything. Anyway, see you later.